David, tell me about some of the highlights of this trip then. What did you find?
Well, specifically, we're looking at a program that's been developed by the Brazilian Ministry of Culture called the Points of Culture program. And I think we found a whole other way that our society is engaging with the arts, it is engaging with culture. And it's very much from the bottom up. So we didn't come across the language that perhaps is predominant in the UK, which is access to the arts, but it's more of an uncovering of the arts, that there is all of this cultural practice, this cultural energy, this imagination that exists, and how can you just pull back and find that and discover it and support it to grow from the ground up. So this huge passionate belief in the potential for agency amongst groups of people. And out of that, then in these points, all of these really dynamic, powerful art projects that are emerging. I spent a week with a company in the south of Brazil called Casa das Fazes, and they are an older people's company who make the most amazing work. What's interesting is the relationship between their practice and everyday life, the everyday lived experience. So their theatre is a house. They make their theatre in a house, and you go into their rehearsal room, which is the front room, and it's people. It's in the room. There are a number of the tables and the chairs and the pictures on the walls and the objects are all contributed by the older members, 60-year-olds or 70-year-olds of the company, and there's a kitchen. So I was there for 5 days, and I had this amazing theatre festival for just me. It was incredible. So I would be watching a rehearsal, and as I was watching a rehearsal, there would be smells drifting out from the kitchen, which was going to be the meal that we would be invited to share after the rehearsal. Food brought by many members of the company. We sat down and shared, and then there would be a little area that they showed movies, and so we'd sit down and watch the movies. We had a garden, so with a number of trees and shrubs that they were planting and watching grow, and it's a whole relationship with landscape and domesticity, and I think that relationship between the arts and everyday life, which was so powerful within this company. And that was really exhilarating to experience.